welcome everyone, and welcome to our Shy Season 6, Episode 2 review show. We're going to do it today, because today is the best day to do it. What's going on, y'all?
What's going on?
What's up,
I'm
Kiesha?
chilling.
All right. Well, Kiesha, before we begin, you want to give us some words from last week, real quick?
I hated it. I hated everything about it. I I didn't like Trig and the new woman. I didn't like uh Gemma and her father. When did
What do
the
you mean,
father?
What do you mean, Trig and the new woman? She's the same girl from. She's the same shaboy from last week,
Yeah,
last
from
year.
last week. I didn't like it. I mean, I didn't like it. I didn't
Dwayne
like
get
Gemma and her father and that girl. When did he start talking to that girl? I didn't like it. Um, Simba. What's Simba name in the show? I didn't like it.
Rashad.
Rashad. I didn't like Rashad and his girlfriend. I didn't like Douda and Emmett. Emmett ain't stupid. He wouldn't have bought that girl a car without talking to Kiesha. Like it. It was just the same stupid shit, and I hated the whole. I hated the whole episode.
Okay.
I didn't find any redeeming. I watched it 3 times to make sure I didn't find anything redeeming. However, I really did like the second episode. How about that?
Do you see the way that Dwayne is looking at you?
Yeah, why? You liked it?
Because we both felt as though episode 1 was the perfect episode to set the table for a new season.
No, I
I
absolutely.
actually gave episode 1 an 8, but on the further review, episode 1 probably deserved a 10.
Oh shit!
My 8.
Well, I don't put the average down because I absolutely freaking hated it. Like
Okay.
Keisha, you try not to get like they're young people. They haven't said like, come on, girl. Like, I hated it.
So why Dwayne giving you the screw face right now?
I don't know. Why are you giving me the screw face?
Because episode 1 was magnificent.
If you say so.
I gave it an 8.5.
Okay, well, I brought the average down because I might have gave it a 0.5.
Well, listen, it set up the whole season. You got so many storylines that came off of that. Bakari, he would do that.
Yeah, I didn't like that stupid shit neither. Now he working for Douda, but he living with the preacher. How he making his money?
Well, see, the thing about it, Kiesha, and I'm not attacking you. I'm not attacking you, Kiesha. But the things that you're upset about, right? About episode 1 really was a precursor from what we saw in season 5. Because you knew that he was at Papa's house, and you knew from the last episode of season 5 that he was going to be working for Douda. So I understand what you're saying, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I didn't like it then, and I don't like it now.
Okay.
Nothing's changed. I didn't like it then. And then what's the girl? The girl that should be with Trig, the one Dwayne like.
Tracy.
Give her a purpose.
She do got a purpose.
What eye candy? What's her purpose?
Her purpose is to be there whenever Douda want to explore his loins.
Okay, I don't know.
That was definitely established in episode 1, and she had her moment when he sent her the text like, yeah, if you need something, let me know. He basically showed her what she was worth. So, Kiesha, I'm glad you.
She ain't worth a plum nickel, as my grandmother would say.
I'm glad you gave us your unmitigated, unadulterated opinion on episode 1. But now let's go to episode 2, which was very interesting. I think it was me personally, I think it was a very, very good episode. And it really, to me, and I know that we talked about it, Dwayne, 16 episodes. What could you do? They have a lot to go with. They really, I'm not going to jump out that first floor window yet, But I'm gonna say this: their writing game has gotten better this season. They went back to really explaining in detail the stories. I thought Lene's brother coming back was very interesting. I was not looking forward to that, and it shocked me. It shocked me how he came in all his suave stuff, and and that's gonna be the one that Tracy probably be
Well,
getting. With.
he only got the suave stuff with Tracy. He's coming back as if he found a little bit of religion, and he gonna try to change the errors of his ways. Now, we got to see how long that lasts, because he telling his little sister, be careful dealing with a street dude, but he may be caused to go back in the streets, even though he's trying to come in there working with Tracy. Once Douda find out, it's going to be a whole different ball game. And Douda going to sniff out that Tracy feeling him. And he going to put even more pressure on him for that very reason.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I'm going to continue to say from episode 1 to episode 2, my most interesting character is still Bakari. Because he got the pull of the streets because he works for Douda. But did you see when Stanley Sr. called him his son? Like, he just looked like, so now this kid is very conflicted. It's good to see that Papa got a mama. Glad they finally threw her in the mix. So, there's a mother in there. And I'm glad the mother put Papa in his place, because seasons past, Papa always talking about a child would lead him, the children would lead him. You ain't that child, Papa.
Yeah. Yeah, Papa would say something slick, and usually his father, because of what his father getting locked up and feeling disappointed, his father wouldn't say nothing. So now Papa knows, like, yo, at the end of the day, my mother said something to me, and it was good to introduce her. Kiesha, what's your overall about this episode, Kiesha?
I liked it. I don't really like the Maisa and Kevin. I don't dislike it, but I just think that Kevin would tell Papa because he been through it and Jake didn't tell him.
Okay.
I like the scene with Emmett and his dad, because his dad is on to Douda ain't shit and leading his son. He didn't express it, but his face said it all. I think that they're doing a disservice to Emmett. I feel like just because he wasn't in the streets don't mean he don't know the streets. Like, Brendan was way naive. Emmett ain't that naive, because Emmett was getting his hustle on. So there's no way that,
He been hustling since season 1 when he was selling the sneakers.
Right. So once Douda shot that boy, Emmett would be shying away from him, not taking. So, that little bit, I guess, because it's fiction and I'm looking for reality, that bothered me a little bit. But overall, I really liked the episode.
Well, I could think it could be a little realistic, Kiesha, and the only reason I say that is he know everything that Douda does. He know all that, but he's building this family with Kiesha, and that money is good. So I think he's thinking about the money aspect of it, and not more of it being a bad influence with him being around Douda.
But I think he would have sense enough to know that he could get caught up. And because of his closeness with Brandon, I don't know. I don't think that Emmett is that. But I like Lynn Whitfield.
Oh. She going to class this series up.
Listen, she was like, you better find out what happened to my brother.
Exactly. She about her business, man.
And Tiff is a little gangster too, because she going to tell the dude, I'm sorry, go get me that money.
Yeah. And he gonna do it because Emmett went and got that ultimate.
See, the thing is that you know, y'all know my biggest pet peeve in anything that we do when it comes to review shows is I have a major problem when I don't see character development. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I love this episode. I thought the character development is getting better. I think that Emmett is becoming everything that Tiff wanted in Emmett. Tiff wanted a street guy that's about his money. And I think that Emmett actually is becoming that person. And which is interesting because I do think that Emmett is a little naive, but Emmett know the street. But my thing is, you guys all know what y'all claim Douda is, Douda that. But Douda, if you really, really look at his character, and he don't mess with his people. He don't mess with people that's loyal to him. Even to the fact of Papa's father. He didn't tell. So Douda bought him some more cash. Like, so when you look at it, not saying that Douda is not justifying what he does, but he does want to put Emmett in a position to feel good about himself and, you know, to have some honor as being a man, even though it is illegal activities behind it. And that's where Darnell, I believe that Darnell wants to say certain things to Emmett, and he's seen it when he said to him, Douda gonna take me to go look at the house. Darnell looked like he wanted to say something, but he felt as though he couldn't. So I think I think that's interesting. And I'm really interested in Rob because Rob being sheltered, in which I love that they explained that she said, like, you know, I sent you to a private school if it wasn't for your uncle. Rob not knowing that part of his mother and his uncle's business of how he took care of his family. Yeah, they hustled, but like Q took care of his people. So I think
he knows that though.
I think Rob is disconnected. He like all these little kids, our kids. We done broke our back for them, and they think things are just supposed to happen. They don't understand why of how it happened.
Right.
I still don't like Tiff though.
I'm gonna say this, and I hate and I don't want to disrespect any actors in the show, but I am, like I said to Dwayne, Kiesha, they're very lucky that Lena Waithe did not bring Steve Williams and Lynn Whitfield in the show together. And the reason why I say that is that they're so good of actors that they would have overshadowed everybody else. Lynn Whitfield had, like Dwayne said the other day, Lynn Whitfield had one scene and she owned it. She
was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And you could tell that was her brother.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Her son don't even know. She probably been running stuff behind the scenes because remember her brother left.
Mm-hmm.
So it got me excited that I wanted more, and I haven't had that from the Shaad in a really long time.
The only thing that they got to be careful about, and I thought about this, because she's about her business, right? I don't think she would have allowed her older brother to get Smokey's taken from her.
That's Dwayne. Now that's where you can't. The writers of the show, Lena Waithe, they got to make sure that they don't play the fans out with that, because you got to have that in the back of her head where she'll mention it like, yo, and that boy that got that restaurant, that was also. Yeah, if she don't never bring that up or that never comes up,
because what's gonna happen is she gonna be like, your girlfriend is the baby mother of the man that stole my brother's restaurant. Like,
but they almost act like that they were brothers. They almost act like we were supposed to forget that.
But you know what it was is because remember that Smokey used to always be like, Q, what are you doing here? What are you doing?
Yeah, he ain't want nothing to do with the street.
So
money.
It plays to the fact of how Q was basically taking care of people behind the scenes a little bit. And even to the point of, and me and Dwayne mentioned this, Kiesha, I don't know if me and you talked about it. We got to understand that at the end of the day, that was Tracy's. People tried to say it came from unwanted sex. Q was Tracy's baby father. Like,
yes.
and she remembers Bakari killing Ronnie. Like, when is Tracy ever gonna like say something about that? It's like a bunch of untold stuff that they
I
could.
don't think she ever is because they have now pigeonholed Tracy into being the W.
What's the W?
The whore.
Thank you. They have made that's all her character is almost
No,
about.
that was Dominique's character.
But they haven't done it good enough with Tracy. They keep cutting out the scenes that we want to see.
Oh, and I want to explore if Jake is Douda's son.
Could be. He knew Peaches.
Keisha, that has always been an angle that you always thought. What made you think
Because
that?
he had this love for Jake that doesn't fit.
It's true. And he just forgot all about Jake. He don't even care about what happened to Jake no more.
Yeah,
So,
and see, Dwayne, you brought that up. Is that you? And Dwayne brought it up last week during the show. And Dwayne's reason why Dwayne said last week's show was so awesome was because we got Douda back and they got rid of Curtis.
right.
Like, and that's key because Douda does move totally different than Curtis.
Well, Otis Perry.
But Otis Perry. I keep saying his real name in real life. Well, Otis Perry. And you're right, Keisha. For him not to even mention Jake or even think about Jake is interesting. I do think this though. I think this is the season where we won't see much of Jake, and I don't think we're going to see much of Nina and Dre. I just don't. Or Jada and Darnell, for that matter.
Well, I'm kind of over Nina and Dre.
Well, I think because did you see the coming attractions for
No.
episode 3?
Mm-mm.
Well, in the coming attractions for episode 3, which I think is a fatal flaw, Darnell approaches Douda about his son. And he showed Douda that he had a gun. And what he said to Douda was, "You do wrong by my son, I'll kill you myself."
Oh.
And he showed Douda that he had a gun in his waistband. So now what they doing is they showing you different people to set up who's the person that's going to get killed this season. Because we all know somebody's going to be. So if you think about it now, are they hinting that Darnell's going to be the one to get shot? Because he was defiant to Douda? Is Papa's father going to get shot? Because he was defiant to Douda? They know that Douda going to be the one, or some of Douda's actions is going to be the one to cause the death that comes. Now,
oh, and Rob, because his mother said go out and find the person.
Exactly. She was like, he said, I will ask some questions. She said, for 100 racks, you better do more than that.
But here's my thing. But Douda let Brandon's mother walk free?
Yeah, it's a lot of things that I'm trying not to tie the seasons together because I don't think they want us to. Because there's too many loopholes in the storyline.
It's too many flaws.
Right, that they didn't connect. Like we just ran through 3 different scenarios like they didn't connect. Like Whitfield wouldn't be fighting for Sonny.
I'm gonna ask y'all a question. I was a little bothered by the way that Nina and Dre was acting towards Lene's brother. I thought that was a little odd. I understand they adopted her, but Dre was like, "Yeah, if he get any more trouble, that's a wrap."
Yeah, because
like,
they've taken on a responsibility of her now.
But my thing is that they don't. Yeah, that's a dynamic there that I understand the parent dynamic, but even when he said the trig, which I thought was a big part of the episode, when he said the trig, even you understand when you got to raise your sibling, you're more of a parent to your sibling than their big brother.
Well,
because it's different.
Well, that's if you read between the Shaad and their writers, they try to hammer home different things because if you listen to Lynn Whitfield, she said Q was more of a father than a big brother.
Yeah.
So they just wanted to hammer that home. That's 3 different scenarios where they use that same narrative.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So sometimes they try to get a little preachy on you, you know, and they try to hammer some things home. But it's still, like I said, from last week to this week, they're setting up a lot of good stories. You know, there's going to be a confrontation. Like, Bakari is going to have a come to Jesus moment. I ain't saying that to be facetious, but is you going to be with Papa's father or you going to be with Douda? And somebody may get hurt based off those decisions by Bakari. That's why I think he's going to be such an interesting character. But as far as Dre and Nina and how they was with Jamal, they know how hurt Lene was when he went away and was in jail. So I think they're trying to shield her from more hurt and heartache from her big brother.
I
do
could
y'all
see
think?
Nina acting like that, but not Dre.
What do y'all think about the? I noticed they've been doing a lot of stuff on IG, which is interesting. They've been, like Dwayne said, they've been putting a narrative out there of basically how Jake has always been jealous of Kevin. Like, always they're trying to promote that. Oh, Jake always got something slick to say when Kevin do something.
He has been.
What'd you say, Keisha?
Jake has been jealous of Kevin.
Well,
Jake,
if you look at what they're promoting on IG, they're doing a bunch of stuff that basically how Jake has always said little slick stuff.
But Kevin give it slick to him too.
Yeah.
Because like when Jake was like, who you texting? He was like, Gemma. So they just your typical male friends that go back and forth at each other. I don't know that Jake is jealous of Kevin at all. I think they just got a relationship where they're both a little bit stronger in what's going on.
if they would have said Papa was jealous, because it kind of came out that Papa was jealous of like their friendship,
Yeah.
because even though they were going through it, when Gemma was pregnant, Jake told Kevin and didn't tell Papa. But I don't think that Jake is why would Jake be jealous? Like, Jake was living with his brother. He was
Jake,
getting girls
you
probably at
see,
12.
supporting gaming says Jake been stealing Kevin's girl since season 1. He always been a hater.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. I think
I don't
they
see
play
that.
off each other. I think they play off each other well. You know, just like he was saying, yo, man, wear my shirt at your next competition. I don't think there's a jealousy there. Was it wrong with the Gemma
I
thing?
say a competition.
Well, let's be honest. I think it is competition. But let's be honest. That thing with Gemma, Jake, and Kevin, it's realistic. We grew up and we saw people snake other people to get their girls. It's realistic. Hell, I almost said too much. I was about to tell on myself. But that's okay.
I was about to say
Realistic.
something so funny. I'll never forget that cafeteria, but that's a whole different story.
Yeah, I almost told on myself. Like,
I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know what y'all was into.
all right, well, that'll be off air because I almost exposed myself and I ain't want to do that.
Just put it this way: I saved somebody from Dwayne jumping on their ass.
I'm a peaceful, loveful person. But I'm worried about, I don't know if worried is the right word. I don't like going down the Kevin and Maisha road. Been there, done that. Like, I missed you, Maisha. No, you didn't. You was with Gemma, and then you was with the weird girl. You ain't missed no damn Maisha.
I'm gonna say something that Keisha might get upset with me when I say it. Maisha needs to go. She serves no purpose in this show. The back and forth with her, the not wearing the girdle, she's just one season she's super confident. Then every time her confidence gets up, she got all this animosity. She's got all this pride, all this everything, and then all of a sudden, she's down. Then Gemma's doing all this manager for you, and then you worried about Gemma taking some money. Like, Maisha, where's your character going? Like, it's just weird how they've been using her.
Yeah, she all over the place.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't like Keisha's character. They did the one season where Kiesha was kidnapped, but Kiesha just, to me, just...
Well, we got to be honest now. Kiesha is not who she once was, man. Now she's the
Yes, I don't like this new Kiesha at all. Because
Supporting
her
game
and
is
Emmett
right
was...
with that. Go ahead, Kiesha.
Her and Emmett were friends and they had like a fun relationship, but they knew one another.
Yeah, but they was friends with benefits.
Even still, when you know your person, what they arguing about is stupid shit. I just don't like it.
She's Kiesha this season got a little bit of the women of Let's Talk 2 in her. She feeling like she got a
The group
Let's Talk 2. She feeling like she got to groom this man to be what she needs him to be.
I don't like it.
Instead of letting this man be a man. Because, and this go for the women of the Let's Talk 2 group, listen very closely.
Uh-oh.
If you're choosing these men and you continue to choose the same type of man, damn it, don't put us all in the same box. Change what you're attracted to. Step your game up.
I think,
and so this is what Keisha's trying to do. She's trying to be a professional woman. Hell, Kiesha was messing with grown men.
Look, she was messing with Nook. He running with Douda too.
Right, messing with Nook, messing with the track coach. Unfortunately, she got kidnapped and raped and impregnated by an older dude. So Emmett was older than her when he was messing around with her. So she's trying to come into her own, and she's trying to drag Emmett across the finish line with her. All right? So we talking about Jake, Kevin, they all stealing their friends, girls or whatever. Well, Kiesha and Tiff is cool. And Kiesha was with Tiff's baby daddy. So it's a lot of those angles that they got going on with the Shaad. Now, I want to see how this plays out with Papa's father, because now that he's out of jail and his congregation forgave him, he's going to put himself in the crosshairs with Douda. And what was the title of this episode?
Mo Douda, Mo Problems.
And everybody that's having problems right now got an association with the same man. Because do you really think Douda gonna easily let Rob out of a deal that they just agreed upon? And to Douda, he gave him a better deal than his own flesh and blood gave him. So it's gonna almost be like, and I hate to be extra, is the word I'll use.
Who shot Douda?
It's almost like Who Shot JR, and they've already done this with the Who Shot Douda thing. But again, give me Douda. I don't want Otis Perry. You know, give me Trig. I don't want Vic. Did y'all notice what they did again? They had the whole Obama picture with Trig, and they changed it this time. It said victory.
What was the other brother name? I want him back. I don't even like this Trig person.
Oh,
Reg?
I want Reggie. Yeah, I want him back.
No, you want Trig. You don't want Victor. See what I'm
I
saying?
want Reg.
Well, Reg wouldn't do the scenes with the ladies.
Keisha dropped for a second. Yeah, Reg wouldn't do the scene. No, when Reg wouldn't do the scenes with the boys.
Support gaming, right? Support gaming. Here's what I'm gonna say to you, sir. And sometimes I feel like we're on the same wavelength with a lot of things. This show was built on initially Brandon and his relationship with Kevin. They tried to make it about Emmett and his relationship with Kevin. But this show is Douda, man. Douda is at the heart of everything with this show, especially this year. So I agree with you. Not only does he make it entertaining, he's in damn near every storyline. He done beat up Marcus. He know how he could get with Trig at any point. Kiesha can't stand him. Tracy in love with him. All these other people don't trust him. He is the centerpiece of the show.
Is
Keisha, let me ask you a question, Kiesha.
Oh, okay.
Is it a Smokies in New York or that's a lie?
Oh, I don't know.
No damn Smokies in New York.
But let me just say this. Is Tracy in love with him or is she in love with the P?
She in love with him and she in love with the D. All right? Because you know how it is, man.
I think Tracy in love with Trig, but Trig like chicks with P.
Tracy is the typical good girl that likes men that are strangers to danger. She likes the action. People just like she didn't mind if Candy sat there and watched 2 seasons ago, is the same person. Tracy, and like sport and game and scene, Tracy is always around somebody getting their head blown off, whether we realize it or not. Tracy just has this thing about her. Trig does not like women that with peen. Trig's like Sheboygan. Just say what it is.
Tracy's the Black Widow, but what support gaming is saying, like, they spent so much time trying to get Bart to do these scenes, and you already had Luke James, who's willing and able to do these scenes. Okay, let's just put that out there. But he's willing and able to do these scenes on an extreme level that you could have kept Reg around.
Yeah, Reg refused.
But see, Reg, the funniest thing about Reg's character, which I never understood, Reg played the typical middleman the right way. He had his crew. He was the man to his crew, but he, as they say, he feared upper management. So he would act scary as hell around Douda and Q, but he had his crew under attack and he ran the street. I think that they haven't been able to do that with Nook, and they can't do it with Bakari because Bakari is a different storyline. But Douda, like, we don't really know what he does. He's just always giving people money. We can't say he's in the street because he wouldn't be quote unquote street level. But they are missing that street level person. I know, Dwayne, you had an angle on who's going to be in the street.
Let me ask you a question. Where's his pizza shop?
We haven't seen it in forever.
And isn't that where Papa and the kids first started working?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
And why would he have a pizza shop?
What do you need Smokies for if he got a pizza shop? That's his cover right there. Like, see, this is where they disrespect us as viewers. This is where they get a little haphazard. Because we can't unsee what we did already saw. This is season 6. We can't unsee what we already saw. He wanted to be a politician, so is that why he gave up the pizza shop? No, because
he didn't have to get. I didn't think he gave it up when he was a politician.
No, he didn't, because he did PR and viral moments from there. Look at me giving these kids in the community a job.
And then, like,
that's where they was looking for Kiesha.
Like supporting Gaiman said, at the end of the day, when he became the mayor, he defunded the police. He did all this dumb stuff. Like, and you know, I get
where is the mayor? Candy's the mayor. Where's she at?
I get what these shows are trying to do, trying to stay up on relevant times, but sometimes taking on realistic narratives is not always a good thing. With these shows, we've seen another show that we watch do the same thing, and then they dropped it. They just stopped it in the middle of going down that road. And in this, the
I
defunding the
think the
police.
world, I think the world made them stop in both situations.
But Dwayne, just think about it. Douda just left as a mayor. He went AWOL and then just popped back. He went AWOL, left town. He left. Trigg and them ran him out of town, and then he just pops back up.
They got my man Rashad trying to sell his own
Where
product.
where does that happen?
They trying to get Rashad to sell his own product right outside his house. Try to give somebody a Nextel two-way and try to get
And she's
$100.
listen, she's the worst type of woman to be with somebody who just came home.
I'll defer to you on that. I can't.
I
comment.
mean, she's really not supportive.
She wants
She's,
to be. She just
but
want to
she's
throw her
not.
money at. She just want to throw her money at all his issues.
Yeah, and money's not gonna fix his issues.
Mm-mm. He telling you he wants to be a man, even though he's flawed. Even though he's flawed, he's letting him know I want to be a man like I see everybody else. Like I see Emmett. Emmett went from sweeping the floors to owning the place. You know, he see what Victor doing.
Rashard has no purpose, and I could understand exactly what they're doing with his role, and having that dilemma of not feeling like he belongs, and not feeling like he's a part of nothing, and which is interesting because if they choose to go down that road, we know that Rashard is going to be fighting what they say his inner demons, and hopefully it doesn't have a bad ending. But
He's gonna get down. He's gonna get down to lay down.
usually no these type of situations don't end out good for the character, where he's going to basically be the sacrificial lamb. And I think that Jason Weaver has brought a lot. He's brought a lot to the show. I'm actually surprised at how good he is in the Rashard role. To be perfectly honest with you guys, I thought he was an okay actor, but he's nailing it. I mean, he does it well. And I love his relationship with Bakari. Shorty,
Listen,
you way in over your head, Shorty. Like he's trying to show Bakari, like, look, dude, I used to be about that life. And that's the thing that they don't do with Victor. Because I get that they know he got a pass, but Victor comes off very judgmental towards people. He don't come off like he used to be in the street. He comes off like I'm city councilman, and they got to stop doing it. And I mentioned it again. They got to stop. Dwayne, you mentioned it. They got to stop making it seem like a city councilman is so big in Chicago.
Yeah, well,
Chicago has aldermen that are more powerful than some of the mayors that have been in Chicago. So stop.
What is he gonna do when his chief of staff tries to stick him in the ass? Because that's coming.
oh shit. I do think that Rashad's gonna be the sacrificial lamb. And I'm okay with that. He got that Simba money. What happened to Dwayne?
He's there. He's there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Flag on the play.
Whew. And what you're saying, Dwayne?
No, I'm listening to Kiesha. She's right.
He might be the one who dies this season, Rashad.
I think, listen.
You heard it here first.
It's funny you say that, Kiesha, because I gave Q 3 people that I think going to be the ones to die. I think it's going to be Rashad because he's going to try to save Bakari. Or I think it's going to be Bakari because he's going to try to save Rashad. And then the third person, I think it's going to be Stanley, Senior. I think Douda going to kill the preacher.
It's going to be interesting. I could go with either one of those scenarios.
Or Rashad, I mean, what's Bakari girlfriend name?
Lene? Oh, please don't kill Lene.
It could be Lene too.
It could be. She could get caught up in the crossfire.
Crossfire. Mm-hmm.
I hope
Jamal gonna go all killer role again.
I hope that they don't just bring her I like her brother. I like what he could bring to the table. I really do. I like that they could have Tracy with somebody, because he shot his shot at Tracy from the door. He was not sugarcoating nothing. Well, let me
Can I
walk you
walk
to
to your car?
She was so caught off guard, she started blushing, and that shit looked real. That didn't look like no acting.
He better be careful, because Tracy's the Black Widow. If you mess with Tracy, you get dead.
So
Quick.
you
She
guys,
wasn't even giving Ronnie none, and he was running after her in the street daylight with the
But you gotta
street light.
remember, she gave Ronnie some. She dated Ronnie. Ronnie was trying to be like Jason's daddy.
Not when Ronnie killed that boy.
When Ronnie killed Cookie because of Tracy. She wanted him to go out there and avenge
Exactly.
her son's death.
Tracy dangerous.
She's the Black Widow.
so do we have our scale? Anybody want to say their numbers?
I give it a 9.7. I'm really
9.7.
feeling this season so far. I'm giving this last episode.
Oh Jesus.
9.7. I just
Well,
love
y'all
the
know I ain't
stories.
going that high.
I just love the stories, and I love imagining what's next. Like Darnell is jealous because he see his son all up under Douda, so he gonna try to be that father. Cause like he was hurt. Y'all see how hurt Darnell was. He was like, "Let me come to the house with you to make sure you okay." He was like, "Nah, it's okay. Douda gonna be there," and that really hurt Darnell. You know what I mean? I want to see what happens. I really want to see what happens with Bacardi, man. Like, I'm excited to see how the kids' senior year goes with the prom and everything coming up. But Bakari and Rashard are the two things that I'm most looking forward to this season.
Kiesha, you want to give yours? You want me to give mine?
I'm going with a 7.5.
7.5.
Mm-hmm. Now
Any
y'all
reason?
know I'll jump out the window, but I really like the episode.
So you went from a 0.5 to a 7.5. I'll take it.
Yeah, it was way better.
I'll take it.
Like I said, I'm big on character development. That's what I care about. I like to see characters grow in seasons, within seasons. I'm giving this episode a 10.
Ooh.
I loved it. I thought it was a great episode. I saw it 4 times, you guys. The last time I saw an episode 4 times was a couple years. When you think about all that went on, and I don't know if y'all noticed it, maybe I noticed it because I was looking. This was one of the longest episodes they've done in a long time. This was 56 minutes.
It was almost
Yeah, 56. It was 56 minutes.
I will
it
say
had a lot of different, not storylines that didn't end, but storylines that started piecing the whole puzzle together for the series. I thought it was a great episode. That's why I gave it a 10. It's interesting where they gonna go, and I'm excited. I can't wait till Friday to episode 3 to drop. It's gonna be interesting where they decide to go. And I purposely waited because I was so tired Friday that when I saw the first viewing, I'm like, okay, this was good, but let me check it out again. So when I checked it out on the second, third, and fourth watch, I was like, oh shit, this was a good episode. So
it's my second favorite episode of all time.
This was tough after that Valentine's Day episode. I mean the Christmas episode.
The Christmas episode will always be the best.
I'm intrigued to where they're gonna go, and I know that I'm gonna be disappointed probably in the next few episodes because it's very hard to go down. But it's a couple things that I'm not going to like. I know me. I know how the Shy will give you a little and then pull back with certain things.
Episode 3 has the potential to be a very good episode. I mean, a very, very good episode. And the reason I say this is because they're all going to be... Change my mind. What'd I do? All right, I'll figure it out. But the premise of the next episode, and I believe the name of it is House Party, because they're doing a housewarming party for Kiesha and Emmett, and everybody gonna be there. Everybody gonna be there.
Oh, so they closed on the house already?
Well, they're gonna fast forward it a little bit.
Oh, okay.
They agreed on the house, but so next week's episode is gonna be the house party and how everybody looks when Douda steps in the building. So it's gonna be a very interesting episode because they're all gonna be there. Nina and Dre gonna be there. Jada and Darnell, the kids is gonna be there. Everybody gonna be there. So that's gonna be interesting. I don't know if Trig will be there though. Well, yeah, him and Emmett is cool, so he'll probably be there too. So it's gonna be a very interesting episode. And it looked like from the trailer, this is the episode where Douda gives, why am I drawing a blank? Emmett the shot. This episode where the gift he gives them is the gun.
Oh, okay.
So it's setting up to be a really, really good episode.
Well, listen, I'm excited. This episode did get me excited.
Good.
Maybe I gave a low rating, but it was high for me.
You gave a low rating because you missed your brothers. You missed us. So
I love you guys, but
right.
I think I gave it a low rating because my feelings are continually hurt.
Well, I went into this season with very low expectations because I didn't know if these writers can last for 16 episodes. I'm hoping they ain't shooting their. I want to be politically correct. I'm hoping they don't just come on so strong in these first 3 episodes and then pewter out and then give you something big at the end. I'm a little worried. When is the lull coming? When is the 4.5, 3.5 episodes? Because in 16 episodes, we're going to get at least 4 that are duds.
Right. I mean, I agree.
And you got one of your 4, so you only got 3 left. You used up one already.
Yeah, that first one, it was terrible to me. I expect a first episode to hit it out the gate. I need you to hit it. Like this episode should have been the first episode. I need you to hit it coming out because that keeps me invested. That first episode was like a snooze fest, and I'm gonna go back and watch episode 1 and 2 together.
I loved it. I loved episode 1. You heard it.
No, I hated it. Hated it.
Well, great show, you guys. Look forward to this week. We know that for those people that support the channel, support the review shows, we know that coming September 3rd, we're going to be doing 2 review shows at the same time, simultaneously. Yes, we don't know exactly the days that we're going to be doing, but we're going to be doing Force and the other 10 episodes of the Shy, because they're both going to be running at the same time. So it's going to be interesting. The channel's going to be very busy. Continue to like, share, subscribe, and support the shows that we do on the channel. I and everybody else appreciate your support. Remember, the best way to support is to support. And we will see you guys next week. We don't know exactly what day, but we'll be here. Just look out in the community section for anything. And remember, hit the bell signal so you get the notifications. Any final words, you guys?
If they ain't hating, you ain't popping.
I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.